This is your opportunity to tell me anything that you would like to tell me.
You want me to stand or sit here?
I'd like for you to sit.
All right. Yeah. First and foremost, I'd like to apologize to the Yellow Cruise family. I can't understand their loss. There's no way I can comprehend it, but I'm extremely sorry for it. And I apologize, and I actually take full responsibility for my actions. Nobody else's, just mine, on that night. And man, I was acting stupid. I was young, immature. I was under the influence of other people. Obviously, I never once took time to think about the consequences of my actions. I just did it. It was impulsive, and I'm sorry for that. And there's no way I could bring Miss Dela Cruz back. I wish I could.
Take a minute, it's fine.
Yeah, so, yeah. It was a horrible thing that happened that night. Shouldn't happen. What I just said is not an excuse for any of it. Being immature and all this. It's just not an excuse. It's plain stupidness, But since then, I've actually taken a lot of, I shouldn't say a lot, but all the classes that I was allowed to take to actually try to better myself. Because at that time, I figured I had a flawed way of thinking, the way I was doing things, the way I was being, whatever you call it, misled by people and whatnot. And so, to get me to do things. And since then, I've taken classes to help me think on my own, mature, and actually change the way I think about things now. And something that wasn't said was also, I programmed almost 80% of the time I've been in prison. Worked means worked. So I've actually worked. I've actually learned plumbing skills, how to be a plumber. I've learned how to weld. I've learned HVAC. I've learned all different kinds of things over all these years. So in the event, if anything ever does come up and I do get a second chance to get out, that's what I'm planning on doing, to fall back on, along with trying to get myself a CDL so I can drive, become a professional truck driver. Another thing that DLC never talks about is all the time I've tried to ask them about a tattoo laser removal. And so they're going to do that when I get, if I get a second chance to get out, is get all these tattoos removed. Because all that's behind me. I don't plan on going back to none of that. I'm done with that, And yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, and I take full responsibility.
May I ask you some questions?
Yes.
There's some courses that you took that piqued my interest.
Okay.
And one was Redemption Self-Awareness course that you took in 2015.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit what that course was about and
It's
what you took from it?
It's like a victims awareness type class. It's not exactly victims awareness itself, but it's like a victims awareness class, and it's a prisoner rent class. And you go and you actually do scenarios where you actually do different. I don't know how to exactly terms. I'm horrible at public speaking, but I'm trying here. And where you there's a situation, there's a workbook, and then there's a situation, and you and somebody else have to act it out. One person has to be the bad guy, one person has to be the good guy. And then the next time you guys got to switch roles. Who gets to be the good guy? Who gets to be the bad guy? And it teaches you how you're supposed to act. Teach you how to think before you act.
What was in 2016? You took restorative therapy group. What's that about, and what did you take from it?
There's kind of like a anger management kind of sort of along those lines type of class right there. And what I got out of that right there is just like victims awareness class. There's no such thing as a victimless crime. There's always a victim, So, man, I don't know.
what about in 2017, you took a program called Pathways to Freedom. What is that course, and what did you take from that?
Well, that course there, you actually, all these had come with workbooks, and you read, and you actually write out your thoughts about different situations, on how to handle different situations, on the way you would think how to do it, you know. And then there's group discussions, obviously, with all these classes.
Is it prisoner-led, or is there a therapist or outside?
A lot of times it's outside, you know, from the community colleges, or just people volunteering from the outside that actually run these classes. There's only like one or two that are actual prisoner-led classes, you know.
Is there anything else that you'd like to tell?
No, sir.